1979 Lesney Smoothie. This is 45 years old. I got this model, all things considered, relatively cheap online. Unfortunately, the price gougers all work together to keep the prices high on this kit. But you can find them. I found one for $7. I could not believe it. Nobody bid on it, and I got it for $7 plus shipping. Anyway, let's go ahead and open this up and have a look. Now, I'm going to show this, and I'm going to show another refit, the one that comes later with all the stupid paneling. And I'm going to show the 1537 Dreadnought. Yes, it's true. It's so very true. And here everything is. It's all in plastic bags. As you can see, the decals have literally fallen off of the material that they were adhered to. These are the original rub-on decals. I don't really need them. I don't need these mirror illusion film type stuff, but I got it anyway. I mean, it came with the kit, right? Maybe I can salvage these decals. Not really concerned. I have my own set. So here is the smooth hull and all the smooth hull parts and the battery pack and parts, etc. Now, the original directions. One sheet of directions. For a 45-year-old kit, this is a heck of a lot better kit than that overpriced crap they keep repopping now. Yep. Now, I'm not going to use this old electrical system. It's got grain of wheat bulbs. I'm going to use LEDs. I'm going to do a really special build on this. Why? I mean, this isn't accurate no matter how you look at it, but the smooth hull is far superior to, like I said, the repop crap, which they haven't cleaned the molds up on that in God knows how long. They never did go in and try to make this accurate, make changes. I've got a perfectly accurate mesh. I tried to put out a 50-inch refit for years. Everybody in the modeling community came after me. Unbelievable. Anyway, let's open this up and have a look at all them fresh, clean, pretty parts. 45-year-old parts. Alrighty then, so here we are. Look at that beautiful, clean, smooth hull. Again, it's still not accurate, but I'm doing this build for me. Me. Now, all the parts are, as you know, smooth. Smooth. Why they didn't fix the molds and repop this, I'll never know. I guess it cost too much money. They're looking at the bottom line. Now, when they made this kit, quality assurance was a thing. I worked at Briggs & Stratton in maintenance and setup and quality assurance. Worked for a injection molder while going to college to get my degree that I bootstrapped on my own. I didn't have the Montgomery GI Bill, so I did it on my own vig, and it wasn't easy. Believe me, working full-time, going to college, being married, and putting yourself through classes, tuition, books, God, it was just unbelievable. Not as expensive as today. But yeah, here's a retro look back at a 45-year-old kit. So now I showed you that to show you what I'm going to show you next, which is the current version. I'm going to show you the current version, and I'm going to show the 1537 Dreadnought that I printed up. Be right back. Alrighty then, so what we've got here literally is two kits. Two different kits. The Star Trek 5 version, Star Trek 6 version, they're all the same. I mean, it doesn't matter which year, make, or model you get. They're all the same. One has an out-of-scale shuttle. Let me go ahead and show you what I've got here, what I've been doing. Okay, I started scratch building this Dreadnought, and I'm going to finish it yet. I haven't worked on this since last year at least. Trying to smooth out the hull, cut out for the windows. Gonna have an arboretum. I've already got that started. Don't have it here to show. Extended the neck section. We'll be adding windows, extra windows, cutting grid lines, adding the arboretum, adding fiber optics, etc. It's just, I've got some client builds I've got to finish. Now here's a refit I was working on. I installed coat hanger wire into the pylons and already started wiring it for 2 circuits. One always on, one flashy blinky circuit for anti-collision. I've already started adding fiber optics. This one's halfway done. I also cut out the horrendously inaccurate bridge and BC deck because I have an accurate bridge and BC deck that will perfectly fit in there for lighting. This little bridge came out of the 50-inch refit file, so it is highly accurate, very detailed. I'd really like to get a good shot of that. I'm going to have to put this down and get a good shot and include that into the video. The thing about this kit, or these kits, after the Lesney Smoothie, is simply all the stupid paneling lines. Why they added that, I'll never know. I guess they were trying to make it more accurate, but I don't know. It was just an exercise in futility. Because you got to do a lot of sanding to get this down smooth as a smoothie. And you got to recut the grid lines. I'm sure many of you already know all the hassles that come with building this. But it's all we had at the time. In 1979, I built that Lesney Smoothie as soon as the movie came out. When the motion picture came out, I went with a couple of friends, my 68 Mercury, and we went and watched the movie. And I got to tell you, when I watched the movie, I was like, what the hell is that? What was that? That wasn't Star Trek. Now, Wrath of Khan, that's Star Trek. Some people just fawn over the motion picture, and it's just a remake of The Changeling. I don't know. Some people, they'll buy anything. Roddenberry could have pooped out a growler and polished it and sold it. Some people will buy anything, I'm telling you, and they'll pay good price for anything or nothing. Oh, geez. Anyway, let's have a look at the Dreadnought. This is the highly accurate, studio accurate, museum quality bridge and BC deck. These things are not like the other. You know what I mean? This is the difference between studio accuracy and cheesy engineers that didn't care about honest, decent modeling capacity. I can't wait to show you the difference between these two parts in action with lights and sounds. Alrighty then, let's have a look at the 537 Dreadnought. This is in scale with the 537 refit, but I just did this more or less as a study model because I'm going to use the 50-inch refit files, the highly accurate, museum quality, extremely dense 3D files, the STL files that I worked with Big Jim Slade for years on the 50-inch refit. I'm going to use those files to create a 1/350th scale refit and maybe a 537 refit. Now that you can print in like 12K resin, clear, sky's the limit. Anyway, let me go over the parts real quick. We've got the forward primary hull, the aft primary hull and neck assembly with the third nacelle pylon, the starboard pylon, port pylon, or starboard nacelle, port nacelle, center nacelle, and rear pylons that hold on the two nacelles for the port and starboard side. This is the main engineering. As you can see, the deflector dish comes off. You can see there. I'm going to do this in either 8K or 12K resin, same scale. I'm going to go ahead, since I've had a really good look at the parts, I'm going to go ahead and try to core this out and putty over the 2 deep grid lines, get rid of some of the surface details, and drill out all the windows. And I'm probably going to go ahead and build this and light it. I originally made this just as a study model, printed this up just as a study model, but I've got it, so I'm going to go ahead and do something with it. The first thing to do is to get rid of any surface details I don't need, sand it, shoot it with a couple of coats of primer, let the primer cure for about a week, and then start doing some cleanup and detail work. Anyway, there you go. Let me go ahead and assemble most of it and show you what it looks like all together. Alright, none of this is taped together or glued together, so it's just barely sitting in place. Yes, I'm definitely going to go ahead and build and light this. It may not be perfect, it's not the studio scale refit, but it'll do for a display piece. There you go. Alrighty then, as you can see here, I've got the 537 Dreadnought scaled exactly to the 537 refit. I've shot the whole thing with a couple of coats of primer. I'm going to start working on the upper primary hull and the main body. I will show more of that in the future. I'm going to core it out, add lights, fiber optics, blinkies, the whole bit. So as you can see, the 537 Dreadnought is exactly in scale with the 537 refit. There you go. Much more to come, as always. Fun, fun, fun. Fun with Dreadnoughts.